welcome once again to another Theros blocked draft, Journey into Nyx. Super fun, super excited. And let's try our luck again in another one. Well, I guess I should say. This is, of course, Mike. Um, and pretty sweet pack. Actually, this looks like it's going to be it's pretty fun. Dictate of Heliod is pretty sweet. This effect at instant speed is nasty. Harness of Force, it's also really good. Just being able to steal their multiple dudes if I can get up to 6 mana with triple red is awesome. Nyx Weaver's good, but gold card, so maybe not want to be there right away. Johnny's Presence is good. In other packs, I would first pick it. Golden Hind is awesome if we're looking to be in green, and I still want to be green-blue. That would be sweet. Green-black would also be the ideal for me. Let's try Dictate of Heliod. Haven't played with it yet. I like white, and hopefully we can get there. Daring Thief, though. This card is actually pretty sweet. Being able to untap with it, game over. Kind of sad that I'm passing yet another Golden Hind. And in fact, the Golden Hind might even be better. What, they took a common over this? I'm trying to think of what commons. I mean, I could see someone taking maybe. I mean, I take the Supply Line Cranes. Maybe higher than some. Is a good card. Or there was a foil. But you know what? Let's take the Daring Thief here. Once again, still sad that I'm passing the Golden Hind, but I think there's the power with this guy is pretty sweet. And wow, all right, crew fix. Well, let's pause this for a second and see if it's worth anything. All right, cool. The half a ticket mythic. Choices here. Well, a lot of good white cards. Not going to take this. The Crystalline Nautilus is pretty good, but I think just the Sky Spear Cavalry is a little bit better. I would love to have the Supply Line Cranes. I'm kind of sad that I'm passing it. I'll take the Crone Mastiff. A little sad that I'm passing it. The Hubris I'd like to have as well. Just any type of the bounce. I would also like the Crystalline Nautilus and Rise of the Eagles. There's a lot of good cards in that pack, but the Sky Spear guy is just the best out of it. Pretty late Blade Tusk Boar. What is this guy? 2/3. Return target creature card with converted mana cost from 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Well, pretty late Freak is chosen. I mean, this Daring Thief is good, but Blade Tusk Boar? Blade Tusk Boar might just be. I don't want to say Blade Tusk Boar is better than the Daring Thief. So, I think that's late enough that I take it here and I don't feel bad for taking it. And then I guess what? I'm back onto this possibly white-blue plan. I'll take a white card. The Pensive Minotaur isn't something I'm terribly excited about picking here. Green-white's okay. This card's pretty decent. If I have more ways to play with it as well, with more enchantments. But so far I've got Dictate. But I'll gladly take a 2-drop in this case over. Well, I guess here I can take a Hubris because that card's going to be sweet. And Phalanx Formation. What does this one do? Gain double strike. That's pretty sweet. Lightning Diadem. Card's okay. My blue is a little bit better so far. That I'm not interested in taking the 6-drop. Any of the Scry 3 and then do some type of effect based on the one that you reveal is not. None of them are particularly interesting to me. Twin Flame is okay, but once again, maybe I get another Blade Tusk Boar. Not particularly excited for the 1/4. Maybe I just take the double strike and try to win with the double strike. And here, this guy's super expensive. He's not going to do anything. I guess it's a 10/10 for 8, but I can get those in other places. Font, not particularly exciting. This thing, no thanks. Tormented Thoughts. Discards a number of cards. Nope. Well, I'll take the blue card here because blue card. And I guess I take the Ajani's Presence. I like it. There were a couple other oppressive rays. There's a chance that I could get it, but even then, oh look, same kind of Wow, this pack was remarkably similar to the last one. So I am passing a bunch of red, so odds are I'm not going to be getting it. I didn't see much blue after that, but it's kind of sad that I'm going to be in blue-white again. I like to try some other things out. Question is, do I want another of Johnny's Presents, or do I want maybe an Oppressive Race? If I plan on having flyers, the Oppressive Race might be sweet. Yeah, I'll take it. A Johnny's Presents is probably the better card. Oh, cool. And I did end up getting a Supply Line Cranes. That's actually sweet. This makes me feel really good that I'm in the right colors. The white colors. Oh, you see what I did there. Um, Armory of Aroas. Now, not a good card by any means. I'll take the blue card. I'm not particularly excited about it. And this one isn't that good either. Oh, I guess I'm set up to be in blue-white heroic. But the Armory of Aroas, I could see it. Now, I'm not saying that it would be, or that obviously I didn't pick it. I just made a hand motion to my screen as if you all could see the hand motion. I'm not saying it's a good card, but I could see it potentially having some place in. I'm in the skies, and I'm kind of. My deck tries to go a little bit later if I can get it to go there. But still, nonetheless, I'd much rather have a creature. Not this one, but I guess I could see some things happening with this if I load up on a bunch of what I have the Laguna Band Trailblazer. This guy, not that I want it, and then I get two or three ordeals. I guess two or three ordeals is always the kind of the gold standard. Well, I'm in white and potentially trying to get heroic. I do have a couple ways to make my guys big. I've got the Phalanx formation. I have Phalanx formation plus a Crone Skyguard. That's pretty sweet. I didn't see much black at all. I mean, I'm sad that I'm passing the Asphyxiate, but the Crone Skyguard is probably just better. Oh wow, that's a good card. I hate getting hit with this on turn three. That's definitely no fun. And I'm not in any of these colors, but Siren of the Fen Coast. What, I get a 4/4 flyer for 5, or I have or I get to steal one of their things. It's pretty sweet. I would also love this Oresco Sun Guide. I'd take the Stratus Walk just based on the way the deck is kind of developing, but the Siren is pretty good, and I'm kind of inclined to take it there. Ooh, ooh, I've got decisions. Well, I knew I was in the right color, and Eidolon is definitely it. So I'm kind of disappointed, not kind of disappointed, slightly disappointed that I'm passing in a Crone Skyguard, but this Eidolon is just going to be bonkers, especially in the way the deck is shaping up. So I'm liking taking it there. Wow. All right, so I guess I'm getting there. That's cool. Still, there was a Stratus Rock and another Oresco Sun Guide. Still would like to have the, pardon me, Oresco Sun Guide, but I'm not gonna not gonna pass up the Hero of Aroas, considering how many enchantments do I have already? Really, not all too many. This one doesn't really matter because it doesn't reduce the cost, but I've got the Eidolon, I've got the Dictate. That's pretty cool. Hero of Aroas plus Dictate of Heliod. I am kind of loaded up on fives right now. I'm not particularly interested in taking any more. Uh, some fours would be sweet. I guess this Eidolon performs that kind of function. And I don't know how good Daring Thief is necessarily going to be in this setup. Look at Michael, once again drafting blue-white skies. Kind of, with a slightly more aggressive bent to it. Kind of sad I didn't get what is it, the flyer at 3? Oh, geez. So, choices. Ghostblade Eidolon or Flitter Step Eidolon? That is tough. Obviously on turn 3 this guy is better than this guy is on turn 2. Uh, and I don't have any 4-drops for this to be really good. But I guess Hero of Aroas means that any of these things are just automatically a little bit better. So the question is, do I want a solid 4-drop or do I want the potential for a really awesome... Yeah, I'll take the Flitter Step here. I guess that I could have maybe... Well, another Crow and Skyguard, sure. Now, I guess I do just need ways to target my creatures. Countermand, use control pitch software cards, use library. No thanks. Not particularly interested. In fact, I will just hide those 2 cards. So I guess this is making me slightly sad that I didn't have. Okay. Well, if there was a loyal Pegasus deck, I think this is it. What, I've got two other one drops already. One, two, three, four two drops. So loyal Pegasus will be pretty live. But then again, Archetype of Imagination. I am loaded up on the five drop slot. This would be good, but I think, do I want? Well, I'm gonna want to be getting towards this anyway because I will win with the Flyers. But I don't think I'm gonna pass up the other six drop or the six drop, the two drop, the one drop there. I don't know what words I'm talking about. If there's any way that I could lower my curve, I'll gladly do it. In fact, if I didn't even have to play these, which I'm probably going to because the power level is all really relatively high for these ones, um, my five drops are all really good. So if I don't have to cut them, I won't, but I will. Nullify. I could see myself taking it. I could also not see myself taking that, but I'm not going to pass up on a two drop when I have one. Now, now, I know Dreamfinder is another four drop, five drop. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not picking the Dreamfinder. It does get back a couple things. Nullify once again. If I'm already ahead, this card's super good. The Acolyte's Reward, though, it's a heroic trigger. It's a heroic trigger, and which leads me to believe I'm probably going to take it there. I know there's other potentially better cards, but oh, cool, and I ended up getting a Nullify anyway. Alright, Revoke, that's awesome. Man, this I didn't pick an off-color card until here. Well, I'm gonna take the Sky Reaping because I don't want a green deck to be able to deal with my Flyers. Not that they necessarily can't, but I'd prefer them not being able to if at all possible. Impetuous Sunchaser, sure. Especially over that black Erebos. Oh, look, I ended on a white card. I just, alright. I guess I'm in the right deck, and I guess I'm technically not even blue. If, geez. Oh, whoa. It's like, oh, my card's doubled. Um, I could run this way, as it is. I don't have much removal. Well, Arbor Colossus is not something I'm particularly interested in seeing or playing against. But a Phalanx Leader is something I'm definitely interested in having. So I will take the Phalanx Leader here. And we know that I am definitely a heroic deck. So what's the blue and a white? I forget its name, but it's the heroic. It gets a counter and you scry. I'd like to have that card. Um, I'm not moving into green. My blue is better. So I'm not gonna like pick up an Arbor Colossus, and triple green is gonna be rough. Anyway, but Phalanx Leader. Well, that's pretty sweet. But Wingsteed Rider is even sweeter. And I'll gladly take that there. Now let's just get some heroic triggers. Ugh. I hate that. Alright, I'm back. Well, there is a couple cards. Once again, the green deck is looking pretty sweet. But Nimbus Naiad is the card to pick here. Easily. Alright, now I just have to... I need... Well, that's Battlewise Hoplite. That's where I wanted it to be. So I'll take it. I do want to start maybe prioritizing some more ways to trigger heroic. That would be sweet. This Triton Shorestalker is not particularly good. As far as Radiance, I'm going to cut that. Ajani's Presence. Acolyte's Reward. I'm heavy white, so that's not bad. Dictate's going to be good. I don't know if Sire of the Fangcoat Siren is going to be good. All these other cards I want to keep, even though it is 5. I want the game to be over before then, but each of these is going to be able to do things at that point. Daring Thief might actually get the cut. It will be able to untap, but I have a feeling that my creatures are going to be pretty sweet, and I'm not necessarily going to want to give up on them. Divine Verdict, though, is something that my deck is missing. Some just sort of removal spell. Ray of Dissolution would be pretty sweet too, but I need creature removal. I guess Ray of Dissolution is technically creature removal, based on the way this format ends up working out. Temple of Abandon. Don't need the Scry. Aqueous form is going to be pretty sweet, though. And And yes, a God's Willing. And alright, well, the question is, do I go deep? Gift of Immortality. I guess if there's a deck, there's no real sweet enter the battlefield effects. I guess what's his name? Hero of Eros makes it cheaper, which is cool. But I have so many things that I can already do that I'm not necessarily inclined to take it. But I guess what else am I going to be taking? As far as Warren's pretty sweet, I can tap down some stuff. No, I'll take it. I'll see the way that the deck ends up building itself, if you will. Yoked Ox. Nothing's better than Yoked Ox into some other thing. Oh yeah, I'll cut the Shredding Winds. Someone else can have the Bronze Sable, the just another 2-drop if I'm against another super aggressive heroic deck. Alright, so this is kind of scary in the sense that, oh well, Last Breath is pretty good. Shredding Winds, cut that. I won't main Last Breath. I'm probably not even going to main the, sure, 4-drop Flyer is fine, but probably not going to play it. Boulderfall, no thank you. Messenger Speed. I have a feeling I might even cut down on my 5s. Maybe even cut the Supply Line Cranes and the Siren. Sky Sphere is going to be sweet just because of the double strike, and the Dictate is just going to hopefully get me to some blowouts. But I'm going to build this, and let's see if I just don't end up mono white. Alright, well, here we go. I've got 20 cards, so 20 of my 23. And I've got obviously got the spells kind of laid out over here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2-drops. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. My 3-drops are all awesome. I've got the Ajani's Presence over in the 4-drop slot with the Divine Verdict. I guess I could have the Phalanx Formation in the 5-drop slot. Hubris, blah blah blah, God's Willing. Oppressive Raise, I do, even though I'm mostly in the air, I do have a couple ground beaters, and just being able to get in those last couple points, I'm probably not going to be Oppressive Raising early. Oppressive Raising. I just created another card. Aqueous Form is another heroic trigger. I'm a little bit light on those, but I will be able to get a couple in. Now the question is, what else do I want? These cards up here are the potential inclusions. So I have Setessan and Battle Priest. I've already kind of said no because I have a bunch of 2-drops and my 2-drops are all better. Last Breath, I don't think I'm going to need it. Sweet sideboard card. Gift is a maybe. Nullify is a maybe. Sky Spear is high probability. The Siren, Supply Line Cranes, Laguna Band Trailblazer. I don't have as many heroic type effects as I would like for him to be good. So, I mean, I guess it's another 1-drop for the Loyal Pegasus, but it's actually pretty sweet though. No matter what, I guess it does get in. Phalanx Leader, and it starts getting counters. It'll be able to attack through everything. So that's a maybe. I'm inclined to say the gift is gonna be a no. Too cute. Acolyte's Reward. Once again, another heroic trigger. Revoke, more removal. I think more often than not, though, I'm just gonna be one of playing dudes and just keep attacking. So I could see that if there's a potential strong enchantment that I want to remove, which odds are there's going to be, but I don't. I could main it, but I don't see that I want to yet. Daring Thief is going to be a no, unfortunately, because all of my things are going to be sweet, and I'm not necessarily going to want to trade for it. If I find myself potentially being in the game where I get stalled out and I do want to trade for their big thing, that'll be awesome. So the question is, out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which 3 do I want? Nullify is probably not where I want to be, because I'm going to be tapping out more often than not. So, plus the double blue is actually going to be rough in this deck. I guess that the same could then be said for the Siren of the Fang Coast It's a 5, so if I can avoid cutting or avoid playing the 5s, then I will. Now the question is, I have to make the cut from here. If I could cut a 5, that would be awesome. I guess Supply Line Cranes does make any of my other flyers bigger and better. I do have a bunch of other flyers, so they're all good. Sky Spear Cavalry, even though it's a 5, I think I do want to keep it because the double strike is just going to be nasty. Plus, if I happen to get just one Phalanx Leader um, counter onto it, or even what Aqueous Form, anything really, then it just is going to end the game. That double strike's just going to be nasty. Now the question is, Acolyte's Reward in a base white deck is going to be able to do a lot more work than I guess the last time I played it. If you happen to not have seen a video on Mana Bluff, a previous draft that I did, where I was much less, I had much less white permanents. Or just another one drop that I can target with a fair amount of things. I'm kind of torn. My love for the Supply Line Cranes, just getting there, versus I guess one drop without being able to target it is not all exciting, not all that exciting. And I'm probably gonna want to be targeting, say, the Phalanx Leader anyway. Yeah, so that's getting cut. And Supply Line Cranes plus the Acolyte's Reward. Alright, I found my deck. No 4-drop creatures. That's okay. There's definitely some debate to be had between maybe playing the Laguna Band Elder. Like I said, it does enable Loyal Pegasus slightly more than, say, Acolyte's Reward does, but I think there's a lot of upside in this, especially if they're able to deal with one of my threats. If nothing else, then I just attack in with one of my dorky 2-drop things. If damage is prevented that way, it deals that much damage to target creature or player. I don't want to say that it's my finisher, but like I said, I prioritize this slightly more because I am a little bit light on heroic triggers. So if nothing else, it's one of those. Which I guess I wouldn't necessarily play one white heroic, just heroic trigger, but I could see some places where this might be okay and slightly better than the Laguna Bend Trailblazer. And then, if nothing else, even though this is a 5, I have a good feeling that I'll be able to get up to 5. I'm playing the 17 line, so I'll definitely be able to get up to 5. And then Supply Line Cranes has never done me wrong. Plus it's a flyer, so get there if I can. And let's see, it's converted mana cost. It's pretty sweet. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that's technically not a 5. 5, 6, 7 2-drops. 8 if you do count the Flitter Step Eidolon. It's pretty sweet. Piles by color. Yeah, that's a lot of white. 11-6. I do want to cast this on turn 2 if possible, so let's see what Moto says. 14-3. No, no thank you. I will go up to 11-6. I am losing out on the potential for Battlewise Hoplite, but my white is just so good that I want to be able to be playing it on time. And if I do lose out on Battlewise Hoplite, I'm sad, but not all too sad, especially when I do want to prioritize double white on turn 2 for, say, a Phalanx Leader. And blue by turn 3 is where I want to be. So, alright, I will be seeing you in round 1.